Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing Cole's storyline following Ninjago Crystalized, but before the events of the upcoming Ninjago 2023 TV series. This information comes courtesy of the Ninjago book known as The Quest for the Lost Powers, which is a confirmed to-be-canon Ninjago story taking place after Ninjago Crystalized. I recently did a review on that book. I will be leaving a link to that down below in the description. Feel free to check it out if you would like. And considering the fact that this book is canon and it's pretty much essential reading for Ninjago fans if they want to understand Ninjago 2023, I have been covering this book extensively on the channel, with this video being a part of that lineup. So without further ado, let's jump on into Cole's storyline, explain what's been going on with Cole ever since Ninjago Crystalized, and I for one really enjoy this story. I think this may be my favorite story out of the entire book. So the story begins with Cole's father traveling to a farm to meet up with Cole once again. Apparently ever since Ninjago Crystalized left off, Cole has retired from being a ninja, much like the other ninja have, and he spends his days working on a farm, helping out the local farmers. He wrote a letter to Master Wu telling him where he would be, and that's how Cole's father managed to track him down. After reuniting with his father, Cole explains that ever since the loss of his powers, he's felt aimless in life, as if his life had no direction. He figured settling on a farm would be a nice place to help him feel more grounded, and possibly bring him literally closer to his ground-themed powers. After talking to his son, Lu notices that Cole has bruises all over his arms. Turns out, Cole has also been busy protecting the farm from their neighbors, who seek to buy out all of the land in the area under the orders of a farmer called Takanagi. But of course these farmers refuse, leading them to be prone to attacks by their neighbors, and Cole defends them the best that he can. Essentially, they refuse to give up their land, and Cole is there to help them. Of course, fulfilling the promise that Cole made to his mother Lily right before she passed away, where he promises to stand up to those that are cruel in the name of protecting the innocents. And this farmer Takanagi is just one more villain that Cole needs to face. The next day, the men who work for Takanagi appear once again with heavily armored tractors that have armor, weapons, essentially just war machines. Cole stands his ground despite the fact that they are trying to convince Cole to let the farm go so Takanagi can buy it, and over again Cole refuses their advances. Eventually they attack, and Cole cannot defend with Spinjitzu alone, and the farmers even go as far to attack Lu as well. Lu tries his best to avoid the tractors by dancing around them, but eventually he and Cole both take heavy damage from the tractors and are left defeated. The crew threatens Cole one more time, stating that they will be returning soon, and that this time was merely a warning. Takanagi himself will be here soon to take over the farmland, and Cole can't do anything to stop them. They drive away, leaving Cole and his father back behind to reflect. That night they attempt to form a plan, but Cole is still feeling helpless. He knows that he cannot defeat Takanagi and his crew by himself, especially without his elemental powers, but he also can't leave the farmers alone to fend for themselves. He's worried that he's not going to be able to live up to that promise that he made his mother, and that his mother Lily never would have felt such feelings of helplessness. However, Lu disagrees. Lu proceeds to tell a story from their past, back when Cole was first born, when his mother was still the Master of Earth protecting Ninjago, and as it turns out, Lily had missed quite a bit of Cole's childhood as she was always going on missions trying to protect Ninjago. One day Lily returned home and broke down in tears, because she saw just how big Cole had gotten following the last time she was home, and she felt like she wasn't a good mother, missing out on so much of Cole's life, but at the same time she couldn't quit protecting Ninjago because that's not the type of person that she is. These are the same general feelings that Cole himself is currently facing. After hearing the story, Cole realizes that even though his mother felt powerless and is feeling exactly like Cole is now, she still tried her best and was still with them always, even when she wasn't physically there. These feelings do not dictate yourself as a person, you are more than them. The next day, Cole is inspired and he's ready to fight. He teaches the other farmers lessons in self-defense, and they prepare the land for an attack, laying several traps in the name of defense. And after that, they wait for the attack. Cole and his father share one last heart-to-heart, and Cole explains that he's finally beginning to feel like himself again. Suddenly, Takanagi himself shows up with his army and launches an attack. Luckily, most of the war tractors that Takanagi's army has fell into the traps of the farmers almost immediately. Obviously, though, their advantage would not last long, as a larger, more intimidating war tractor emerges from the horizon. This is Takanagi's tractor, and it's flying towards them at an insanely fast speed. Cole is frozen, but he feels the hope of his father and the farmers. They are all counting on him. Cole yells for them to retreat and marches towards the death machine rolling towards him. However, the farmers don't retreat, instead they march with him. And Lu, as a distraction to try to save Cole, sneaks away and starts dancing in front of Takanagi. The distraction confuses Takanagi and it works for a little bit, but ultimately it enrages him and he nearly kills Lu with the flamethrower attached to his tractor. But Cole jumps in to save Lu at the last minute. Now Takanagi is mad and he continues his assault towards the farmers, but the farmers don't run. Instead, they all hold hands and form a wall to protect their farm. Cole sees what's happening, and in a feeling of pure adrenaline and admiration for the farmers, his body snaps. He feels the power of Earth surging within him once again, and Cole, using his newly found Earth powers, erupts the ground beneath Takanagi, sending him and his death machine flying over the hill. Cole's powers have returned once again, and he could not be happier. The farmers rejoice. Cole hugs his dad, thanking him for letting him know that he wasn't alone in these feelings, and the farmers call the day won. The next day, the farmers repair the damages to their farm and their land, with Cole and Lou helping. Eventually, they get word that Takanagi has decided to sell all of his land around the area, moving a far distance away because he feels like the area isn't worth the fighting. Pretty much, he's just embarrassed that he got destroyed. With the farmers safe and Cole's powers returned, Cole decides to leave on the road with his father, with the next stop being the monastery of Spinjitzu. And that's where Cole's storyline ends. He's finally found his powers once again, and he was able to keep his promise to his mother. All is right in the world. Now, with Cole being my favorite ninja, I might be biased in saying that this chapter is probably my favorite one in the entire book, but honestly, I think it's amazing. I love the idea of Cole being worried that he can't live up to the promise that he made his mother all those many years ago, and I thoroughly enjoyed more of Lily's backstory being explained. I can't imagine what that's like to leave home for days, weeks, months on end, only to come back and see that your family has grown up without you there. That must have been devastating, and I can see why Cole and Lily would connect on that spiritual level. The story did an excellent job in explaining how those feelings affected Cole, and how they eventually led to his powers returning. I also think that Takanagi is an awesome villain for this chapter, and it just goes to show that Ninjago villains can be more than just insanely powerful warlords. Villains exist in everyday life, and even if it's just some random farmer who's greedy and wants the entire land for himself, that still is a compelling villain that Cole can face. Overall, this chapter was fantastic, and I'm very curious to hear what Cole fans have to say about it. Now, for Ninjago 2023, where will this bring Cole in the future of the Ninjago series? Well, obviously Cole will be feeling more confident, more powerful since his powers have returned, but also if Ninjago 2023 wanted to, they could very much explore Cole's leadership skills, maybe being an inspiration to the other ninja, and also to himself. I personally think that would be amazing, but then again, Lloyd is kind of the leader now. It'd be very strange for Cole to take over as the leader, so maybe, like I said, he could just be an inspiration for the rest of the team, be that voice of reason. I think that could work as well, but overall, I am very much looking forward to seeing where Cole shines in Ninjago's 2023 season, and I cannot wait to see what he gets up to following this book. So with that being said, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below discussing what you think about all of this. How do you think this storyline will impact Cole in the future? And Cole fans out there, what do you think about this story? Leave all your thoughts down below. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this one, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Peace.